Yo, what's up everybody? Merry Christmas to everybody that's watching these videos. The next couple of videos are going to be through December, so again, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys spend a lot of time with your families and stuff. And today, we're putting some different types of fog lights onto the Speed 3. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so today we're installing some fog lights into the Speed 3. We have two small little spots onto the Speed 3 where fog lights would fit perfectly in there, and that's right on the left side of the intercooler and the right side of it. The intercooler in these cars is pretty small, so it doesn't take the full front bumper grill. So there's a small little patch there where you can actually put a little square LED or something like that. And that's what we're doing. We get these Cree LEDs that are six beaming LEDs and stuff, and they're directional. They're not what do you call those? They're not floodlights, so they're actually directional, so they're not going to be actually blinding people. I'm going to make sure I point them the right direction so they beam perfectly forward. I've already tested them out. They both work perfectly fine. The reason why we're doing this is because when it gets in really dark places, I know you guys probably going to hose me and be like, oh dude, you live in Vegas, everything is lights. Well, there are some streets and stuff like that are pretty bad, and then when you go through the dark places, you can't really see. And yeah, well, lucky you're going to say, well, where's your actual headlights in your car? Well, I have them, but they're whack. And I've tried adjusting them a million times. I've tried against the garage doors and stuff like that. I think the adjustment mechanism in there, it's pretty beat up and stuff over the years, so it doesn't really work that well. So mine actually kind of point out too much and they don't really point forward, so I can't really see that well at nighttime. So that's the reason why we're putting these fog lights in. And the OEM fog lights are pretty good, and they are actually adjustable as well, I think, from last time I checked, but they're not good enough. So we're adding an extra pretty much fog light. It's going to look pretty dope on the car as well. And yeah, that's that. Let me show you guys the location where I'm going to be mounting these guys real quick. Alright boys, so here's the Speed. The location where we're going to be putting these fog lights is going to be right there and right there. It looks pretty good right there, so that's what we're gonna do. These are the actual fog lights that we're gonna install. I got these off of eBay. I believe they're like 30 bucks or something like that on eBay. They're not that expensive, so they look pretty dope. They are really nice ones. They do come with small little bracket as well, which is somewhere in here. Comes with an Alekene at all, with small little bracket and the hardware to mount them. You do have to make an additional bracket or something in order to mount it to the car. So that's what we're figuring out today. First things first, I have to take the bumper off, and I have to disattach some of the fender flares because half of the fender flares are actually attached to the actual bumper. Let me get that done real quick, and then I'll cut you guys back in once all that is off. Okay guys, so I already removed the bumper, as you guys saw on the time lapse right there. This is what the car looks like right now. So we have already pre-made, let me show you guys real quick that. Don't worry about that burn mark. That's because we kind of decided to weld with the little plastic piece over there. And what we welded is the actual brackets for the intercooler. They used to be screwed on there into the core support, as I've shown you guys on the previous video of installing the actual turbocharger kit on the car, and that's not working very well because once I did get in a car accident, the mounts from the core support of the car, which is composite fiberglass or something like that, they kind of like ripped out, and I can't really replace them back in there. So this was the alternative, and we just straight up welded a bracket to the actual intercooler, and now that thing is never moving from anywhere, and it's really secure. This is a way better way of actually making a bracket for the intercooler. Now what we're gonna do is attach the actual fog lights to this bracket. As you guys can see in the bottom, there's two holes there. We're gonna enlarge them just a little bit for the nut to go through, and that'll fit perfectly fine. Same thing on this side. We're gonna do the same exact thing. I don't know if you guys can see. Yep, there is two holes there as well. We're gonna do that right now. Let me grab a fog light so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. Alright boys, so this is the fog light pretty much. This is what it looks like. We installed the bracket on it upside down, pretty much like that, so it points upward. What you do is basically you screw these two guys into the little nuts that are inside of the little rail. Then you got your nut here with the bolt, and that's just gonna mount straight up. It's gonna look just like that. Let me line them up exactly where the holes are gonna be. So that's pretty much lined up. This is what it's gonna look like, and it has play to move down or up. So we're doing that right now. I'm gonna go ahead and mount it and mount the other side as well. Then we'll figure out the wiring. Alright boys, so I already pre-drilled the holes as you guys saw in the time lapse. I'm gonna go ahead now and mount these lights, but before I do that, I'm gonna run 2 wires out of the factory plug for the fog lights of the actual car. I'm gonna run 2 extra wires from the positive and the negative, so that way we can connect them to these guys, and once we switch the fog lights switch into the actual car, these ones will turn on as well. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, and I'll cut you guys in as soon as I'm done with that. Alright guys, so I finally finished up mounting the actual fog lights onto the car. They look amazing. I've maneuvered them a little bit so they're not crooked or anything like that. They do move side to side, and they do move up and down as well. So if you wanted to adjust them a little bit to the left or the right, you can do that very easily. Those are really good. So how did they turn out? Good. Everything, the installation was extremely easy. Luckily I did have those brackets welded to my actual frame, so I didn't have to make extra little brackets or anything like that. If you guys don't have that, you would have to get yourself like 90-degree brackets or something so you can attach to the actual bash of the car or the frame of the car. That way you can mount them very solidly. I don't know, that's it. Let me turn them on real quick and show you guys how it looks. Alright guys, so this is how they look like right now. Let me zoom into them. They look pretty damn good. They are connected to the actual car's little wiring. I don't know if you guys can see that, but see, there's the wiring for the actual fog light of the car originally, and I just wired it up to that. They seem to work amazing. And then yeah, so they do work with the headlights on, of course, because that's how originally the car is set up. You could put them on a switch and have them separately turn on, but I didn't do that, and I like them the way they are right now. I don't have bulbs for the existing fog lights that are on the bumper, so I'm gonna have to get myself a new set of HID lights. I had one before. This is my previous ones right here, but they seem to not work. Maybe from the accident they got damaged or something. So I'm gonna go ahead and order me a new pair of HIDs for the bottom as well, and I'll have 4. Other than that, that looks pretty good. Alright boys, just real quick before I end the video, I just want to show you guys how I wired these up. So I got 2 extra wires here that are pretty thick gauge. I pretty much try to match the ones that came with the actual light here. So I pretty much extended that a little bit longer, and then I just plugged it directly into the plus and the minus of the actual switch for the original fog lights, and then that's it. I wrapped it up really well, also in some tape. By the way, these are soldered together, so everything is soldered, so it's not going to come apart or anything like that. And then I shrink wrapped it, and then I also taped it on the outside as well, so they're very waterproof. Alright guys, so now I am going to place back the bumper onto the car, install it real nicely, fasten it with all the screws possible, and yeah, and then I'll show you guys how that looks as soon as I'm done putting the bumper back on. There you go boys, that's what it looks like with the bumper on. Looks really good. Let me zoom in for you guys real quick. Yep, nicely hidden under there. Kind of looks like a cop car from far away, but yeah, they look real good. So I'm really stoked of how that looks, and I'm actually going to be able to see now at nighttime. Amazing. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that video on the fog lights. I tried to do my best on showing you guys as much as I can and as much as detail, but it's really easy stuff. I mean, it's nothing hard. All you got to do is pretty much make yourself some brackets, attach them to the car, and then after that just attach the light to it. And then from that point on, just connect the positive and the negative to the existing wiring harness of the car, and you're good to go. Nothing else is needed. Pretty simple and straightforward installation. So if you guys want to get these guys, get them yourselves on eBay. They have them for probably like I said, like 30 bucks or so for both of these, and they do a lot. Trust me, they do a lot, and they look pretty cool as well on the car, and they're kind of nicely hidden in there. So now that little empty spot in the grill is no longer there, and we've already filled up these ones with the horns. So good to go. Just before I end this video, I just want to talk to you guys real quick and just let you guys know that I want to thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and supporting my channel, because I know it's a struggle to be on YouTube, especially when there's so many other channels you guys can be watching, but you do choose to come back to my channel and watch it. So I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing. Also, one more thing I want to talk to you guys about is my actual views. I do get quite a bit of views on YouTube, based on how many subscribers I have. I have about almost 700 subscribers, so I'm hoping by the end of the year I'll be able to get 700, probably like 60 away or so. So I'm pretty sure I'll get that. But the problem is my views are mostly like 95% of my views. When I look at my actual reports and stuff at the end of the month, 95% of my views are from non-subscribed people. So that tells me that you guys are not subscribing, like, or most of you guys that are watching are actually not subscribing. So I want to encourage you guys, please go ahead and click that like and please subscribe to the channel. That way you do get updates on everything that I upload, and also the channel keeps growing more and more and more. So I really appreciate for everybody that has subscribed already. You guys are awesome. I'm rooting for you guys so much, and I'm doing this because of you guys, and I love doing this because I love doing it as well. So thank you again for everything that you guys have done, and thank you for all the support on the channel. Comments are really positive, so please continue doing and keeping it that way. If you guys have any questions at all, you guys know that I'm really personal with everybody, so if you guys do drop a comment, I am going to reply to that comment most likely, until the point to where I'm not going to be able to reply it anymore. But till then, I don't have that many people commenting, so trust me, I'll answer you usually within the same day. So if you have any questions or anything like that about any kind of install or any of my other videos, feel free to drop a comment below. Smash the thumbs up like I said, and then I'll answer all your comments. Alright, sounds good. I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, what's behind you doesn't matter. Peace out. You better love it.